Artie the Boomin' Tenor.
Booyah!
Idol Podcast. Hey, what's up? I'm Clyde.
I'm Artie.
Really high?
Hey, we're all here. Great. Full attendance. Wonderful.
All right.
All right. We got a lot to talk about this week, as usual, because it's about all we do. So let's get to chattering. First of all, we should talk about the biggest headlines in the Idol world right now. Carly Smithson, kind of surprisingly out of the competition after Andrew Lloyd Webber's guidance week.
Yep.
And a lot of people suspected that she would not be the one who would be eliminated. So what happened? Julie, what happened?
Well, you know what? She just doesn't have the fan base that the other people have. I was telling you guys before that I really think that the Davids and Brooks have, or Brooke, has the highest fan base right now, and Carly, Saisa, and Jason have the lowest.
I would argue that Jason Castro has the highest fan base right now.
Are you serious?
Highest.
Yeah, now she's with us.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think this week kind of pulled Brooks. Fans pulled her out of the fire. I mean,
She didn't deserve to be, I think, but
yeah. Well, it was an okay performance, but the only thing that anybody remembers out of it is that she restarted. And
That was the major. I mean, when you look at the Cliffs Notes version of what happened on Idol this week, it was Brooke totally forgot and started over.
yeah.
And also she sang some song out of Evita. So I thought that after she did her restart, because I like her and listened to her, that she sang it okay.
The thing
There's
is,
nothing
though,
particularly wrong with it. It wasn't inspired because she was shaken.
She deserved to be in the bottom two.
Agreed.
But I don't think anybody really thought she was definitely going home.
I don't know.
I did.
I called her. I called her to leave this week because I had thought.
Dude, did you hear anything in the background when the judges were talking after she was done?
I know, but
the crickets didn't even want to speak up, man. It was whoa.
But it took Paula Abdul 15 minutes to think about what to say.
That's true, too.
I know. But the thing is, though, she has the fans that Carly and Saisha don't have. I mean, how many times have they been in the bottom three? And you can tell when the crowd goes wild for certain people, and they do that for Brooke usually.
So we have a installed fan base versus actually the best performance of the week.
Oh, yeah. They're not even going on performances anymore. It's on fans. You can tell. And I would be really surprised if it didn't go Saisha and Jason next.
Yeah, and this has happened before. Every season it becomes at some point everybody goes, it's a popularity contest now.
Yeah.
But the promo for this week's episode was, who do you love most?
Yeah,
Vote for your favorite loved most contestant.
Mm-hmm. And that's what people did.
Yes, they did. So that works out for me because I'm a fan of Brooke and Jason.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point during Idol does it become a contest of who you like more rather than who performed well?
I think once it gets to like the top 10, people have chosen their favorites. They've gotten to know these contestants, and they start to like them. And the further you go, the more people like who you are, not what you can do.
Right.
I didn't think that her restart was something I would consider petty, though. Like, I thought that would be one thing that would really make people think about voting for her go, oof, maybe I should not do this week. You know?
Yeah, but most of the people voting are probably teenagers. Like most
kids are stupid.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And they're like, oh, she's cute. Oh, I'll vote for her. Like, I mean, it did humanize her making the mistake, but she's done it before, and it wasn't as cute.
Like I said on the blog, how more human can she become? Because she already has cried on stage. She's trotsing around in her without her shoes on, and she's restarted before. Like, I understand. Like, I agree that shows her human side and that makes people connect to her. But I mean, more human than already restarting. I was just like,
I don't know.
I didn't understand where Simon was coming from.
Clearly imperfect, but I think at this point the fans,
lovably
like we're kind of saying, are voting for who they want to see as the person who gets the big push and becomes the next big
She
star.
has the most personality of the girls right now, though. I mean, obviously Carly went home, and it sucks that she went home this week, but she was going home.
Yeah, it was going to happen.
Right.
And, like, Saisha has been among the bottom more than a couple times. And
5 times to date.
Yeah. She's going home, too. It's just, is it this week or next week? So.
Yeah, it's coming up.
And on that note, we were talking about the performances that both Saisha and Carly put in, and we thought, I think the general consensus was that they were some of the better performances of their, competition.
Definitely.
State,
And of the night, they had really great performances.
Yeah. I mean, and like you said, Saisha reminded us why we started liking her in the first place.
Props to Andrew Lloyd Webber for actually bringing out the real personality, I think, of the contestants.
Did a great job.
I mean, he actually stopped them for a second from thinking I'm going to be rich, and forced them to actually think about what they might do as artists and who they actually are, and connect with the lyrics, which is something that has been missing. One of my biggest critiques of Saisha has been she's never inspired me to feel anything. She's just kind of singing, and she sings well, but not well enough where I'm like, I can ignore that connection.
Right. She's not singing with the feeling that some of the other people are that gets you involved and want to vote for them.
Yeah, she doesn't connect with me, and I think this week this style is not going to be something that's going to make me go, okay, Saisha's my favorite, but it's something that I thought that some people could take another look at her, and I think with all of them. Like, people could look at them from a slightly, except for David Archuleta, who did the same thing he always does. Everybody could take a slightly different look, a different angle at these people and go, okay, maybe I like them, or maybe I don't like the one I thought I did as much.
You can really see with, like, Andrew Lloyd Webber compared to, like, Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey went on the show for her career.
Yeah.
She wasn't really, she helped them a little bit, but she didn't care that much.
No.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, he went on because he literally wanted to help them, and he did.
He did well.
Right. And he didn't have anything to promote coming up.
Exactly.
Like, he didn't just write a new musical and it's coming out on Broadway next week,
I hate the way
he wasn't trying to promote anything. He was just literally like, I enjoy the show, I enjoy the competition, I want to help you out, and really went for it. Like, the first thing he said to them was, I'm here to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
All right.
And there was much rejoicing.
So what happened to the Christy Lee Cook fans?
They went to Brooke.
You think?
Definitely.
I had a hard time figuring it out, but when she said they went to Brooke, it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
If you look at the other girls in the competition, Saisha probably has, the urban vote, or however you want to say it politically correctly.
Dare you?
And Carly, she not only is a foreigner, but she also has, tattoos all over her, and her husband does. Like, the Christian people aren't going for that. They're going for Brooke because since the beginning of the competition, she has been the holier-than-thou, perfect little princess. Because
I don't even think it's holier than thou.
Okay, well,
I know what you meant.
Yeah. She's, she's saying that she doesn't drink, she doesn't watch R-rated movies, she doesn't smoke.
Not running for the rated R superstar.
Yeah, she's a babysitter, for God's sake. Like,
not even a glorified.
She was the one in the beginning that Simon said, we'll change you. We'll bring you over to the dark side once you're out in Hollywood.
And doesn't look like it so far.
Thus far, no. They've
made her cry.
They made her cry several times.
So all those Bible Belt people are going, yay, Brooke.
Also, and I want to bring this up because vote for the worst is a real thing, and I don't know how much influence it has or how many people actually do it, but Brooke White's the new vote for the worst candidate, and I support that. I actually voted for her on their site because I wanted her to get any extra help she could get. But I hadn't actually ever looked at their site until this season because I never wanted to, see what they were trying to do. And this year I decided to look after KLC went home, and they had already succeeded, I guess, in keeping her around longer than most people thought she should have, to see exactly what they were all about. And you see pictures of past, contestants, and like even former Idol Taylor Hicks is on the site holding a vote for the worst shirt. Like everybody's in on the joke now. People know that it's not necessarily vote for the worst singer and make the show a failure. It's vote for the person who is the most entertaining, the most controversial, the most interesting. And after this week, them picking Brooke White isn't a bad idea because I think she, she kind of delivered for them with her big, I totally started over, this is kind of a big screw up, and she pulled through.
Yep.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised, though, if they made Jason their vote for the worst in the next week.
I think they stick with him.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I haven't watched Vote for the Worst enough to really see how much they
I'm pretty
stick.
sure because KLC was up the whole time, and I looked at it. I think the week she left, and she was still up,
Yeah.
and it didn't work. Which I think is one of the things
Yeah.
that I noted about it.
It can't work for everyone because not
No,
everybody
eventually
follows
all
it.
the lousy, really bad people are going to go, and she had
Yeah.
no chance of winning. But it was obvious that she stuck around longer than most people thought she should, and to the point where she actually had a chance to start to improve a little bit. And,
I know.
Yeah,
Thank
scare
God
everyone.
she's gone.
But I think that's the kind of interest and drama and something that those people are looking for. And,
Yeah. I mean, obviously, whether they want to admit it, they're fans of the show because they're obviously watching it. You can tell from stuff going on the site.
I think some people feel that they're prisoners of American Idol.
Yeah.
That it's everywhere, you can't escape it, so you might as well poke some fun at it and enjoy yourself while you're in it. I think that's part of the reason we do this blog, because we do, on some level represent a Fox station, and we're here, it's on, we're going to be talking about it, everybody's going to be talking about it. It's the reason our network exists, so we might as well embrace the Idol and have some fun with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What else were we going to talk about?
Oh my God, the biggest thing ever. What was it, Artie?
The song choice. Is that what we were going to talk? The song choice for Carly, or
we talked about that a little bit. The
little
Jesus
bit.
Christ Superstar.
the fact that she personally chose the Christian themed song, which personally I don't even know. I've only seen that once, and I don't remember how pro-Christian it was in reality.
I believe the church banned it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. So I don't know if it's
don't-
really
yeah.
debatable that it's
I know it's
come
not
vote for me."
traditionally religious, but it still carries all the themes. It still hits
Right.
home the message.
And
it's
it is
the story
about
of Jesus
Jesus of
and
Nazareth.
the
There you go.
apostles and all of that stuff. And having watched it zillions of times and being a fan, I still don't know if I can classify it as completely religious or not.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a...
I think it pokes fun a little bit, but it's still telling
Oh,
the
it
story.
does. It does. If you listen to the King Herod song, I mean, the whole thing is just a big, big goofy romp. It's fun. And it's King Herod! Come on!
Come on.
Is he ever a hero?
Doesn't he own a casino somewhere?
He does. Good guy.
On the strip, maybe.
Philanthropist, really. I think that's all we had coming into this. But, obviously there's a lot going on in the Idol world. We're getting down to the end. Can we agree that it's the Battle of the Davids in the finale yet? Because I think it's it.
On
I
that,
don't know.
with the transition from King David to
Right,
King
David's
David.
galore.
I really believe that David, and Brooke will be the top 3, but I'm not going to predict that David and David will be the finale because I'm not giving up.
You don't want to jinx it? What?
I don't know. I could still see it being Brooke and Archuleta, but I'm not sure.
Who do you think would win that? Because Archuleta obviously is the juggernaut. He has the fans.
Yeah.
People love him. He's the little whatever.
He's their little drummer
But
boy.
when it comes down to that last show, I think that he would beat David Cook. I think
that he would beat David Cook. I think that he would beat Brooke. I think he's got way too many teeny bopper fans that want him to be their next High School Musical guy. Seriously.
Would it be a repeat of Taylor Hicks versus Catherine McPhee at that point, where it's like the little dweeby guy who really isn't cool at all versus
No.
versus the chick who actually could make some kind of pop career happen,
No.
but she doesn't get the nod.
I think it's completely different because his fans were old people because he looked like an old person. His fans were not the teeny boppers.
I liked him.
I hated him.
I
He
didn't
was stupid
watch.
and old and annoying.
Hardy wasn't there at all. He
And
swore that off.
David Archuleta, he is the Disney prince.
Yeah.
He is getting that young audience because he
That's
is a
big
young
right now.
kid.
He's got the bookend audience. He's got the old heads and the,
Yeah.
the tweeners.
He's got things in a pincer right now, which is great for him. Strategically,
Yeah.
he's got the advantage. He can take any road he wants and probably be fine. And,
The thing is, Taylor Hicks didn't fit the mold. And I think that's why some people voted for him. Archuleta fits the mold perfectly. They made the mold for him.
Yeah,
Right.
he's it. He's the new mold.
I think
He is the kid that you can shape and make him do what you want,
yeah.
and the producers are going to love that
Mhm.
because they can market him and he'll just be their puppet.
That High School
and I'll-
Musical thing is big right now.
Yeah.
And early in the season, we've been talking a bit about. Don't forget what you were going to say.
Okay, go ahead.
We were talking about Brooke being and others like Christy Lee being the anti-Britney
Yeah.
because all that crap with them was going on at the time, and we were kind of saying maybe they're going for somebody a little more wholesome that everybody can get behind now. In music
I can
again.
see that.
You know, but yes.
But I think I'm going to put it out there that I think the producers handpicked this dude from like his coincidental appearance and singing to Kelly Clarkson
Yeah.
during season 1 when he
Yeah.
was like even younger than he is now somehow. To like, you know, it just seems like it's so totally like they have picked him, they've targeted him.
He was
and
created
they're-
in a lab.
He's walking, yeah, he's walking through this like unscathed. He made one screw up.
Didn't
This
he have one
whole
vocal cord?
competition.
Is he the one vocal cord
the
kid?
one
vocal
He's got
cord
one
kid.
bloody vocal cord. How can he win American
I
Idol?
don't understand, but I mean, and I'm not like knocking on his skills. He's got a decent voice, and he's got that goofy attitude.
Completely unoriginal.
He's vanilla as anything has ever been.
But the I'm saying
Which
the
works
fix
for
is
Idol.
in. The big
Oh, yeah.
the man has handpicked him, and he's going all the way to the top.
Yeah, you shall be champion.
You shall be champion.
Yeah, I don't think
Rigged.
anybody disputes that he is far and away the front runner right now.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to take perhaps a divine act to knock him out of that top position. Do you see him ever being in the bottom 3 or 2 or whatever?
Perhaps if he decides to, like, kill puppies during his songs.
I think little girls would
but-
just start killing puppies. They would think that's what they're supposed to do.
This is the coolest thing now.
Yay, puppy dead.
Oh,
Speaking of dead animals, I wonder how Christy Lee Cook's horse is.
oh, glue.
Oh, Gluey, I miss you.
Gluey.
Oh, well.
And we've successfully navigated this podcast without mentioning David Cook more than 3 times. So,
Yeah.
We love David Cook.
A boo!
Oh,
A boo!
there we go.
I guess that's it. So, Clyde, bye, whatever.
Yeah, Artie is out.
Julie Hart.
Dot. Come on.
Hey,
He's still
something.
thinking
Make
of
up, make up a word.
Julie Hart's idol chatter.
No, it's not yours.
don't
It's all
know.
of ours.
What am I
Julie Hart,
supposed to
like,
say?
look at something in the room. Julie Hart, I love lamp. Something. Anything.
Man, I hope you faded out by now.
Yeah, seriously.